Hello, Likers. Welcome back to our channel. It's me, your favorite, one and only your baby girl, Malika. So today we are doing the review of Where We Got It Wrong of Mr. Lloyd, episode 33. So, courage. Based on the fact that Dan didn't follow them to the village, to beg the elders. Courage. Immediately they returned from the village. The first thing he did was when he went to work, Dan came to his office and he told Dan everything, like what went down in the village. And Dan was fuming, like, I thought you were going to the village to beg the elders so that they could see how they could reduce your punishment. But instead of that, you went there and they instead added your punishment. They added to your punishment. Can't you see? Don't you see what I was talking about? Didn't I ask you not to go to the village? I told you not to go to the village, but you decided to go. This is Dan talking to Corey. Excuse me. Then it was like, who even need family? What do you need family for? Didn't they bury your father when your father died? Did you bury your father? What happened? Nothing happened. Let them bury your mother and nothing will happen. Like us, remember, Dan wants courage to sink. Dan is very jealous of courage. He's jealous of courage's success and all the rest. So if there's anything he can do to make sure courage sinks, Dan will do it. So that's what Dan has been doing. It's like, who even need family? Look at me, I don't have a family. Did I buy? Forget about them. Let them bury their death. Imagine somebody who is being told that the calamity that will befall him will be more than anything he could ever imagine. Will go back to the same person that will discourage him in this life. Somebody who doesn't have a family, an orphan who grew up in an orphanage, who has never been hugged by a mother or a father. You go and seek advice from somebody like that. Someone who is married to a woman that he doesn't want her to go close to her own family. That's a person you take an example from, advice from. Ejike himself is not okay. It's like, and Ejike was like, imagine me, the almighty Ejike, aka Courageous Billion, Courage, aka Courageous Billion. I'll be taking orders from who? From those people. And that was like, can you imagine, with all the billions that you have, when money speaks, bull crap works. That's how it's supposed to be. And courage to him was like, look at how my business is suffering. I go to the village more than I attend to my businesses. That I have to take care of my wife. And Munachi is also there putting me under a lot of pressure that I have to do what the villagers want me to do. But like now I have to be selfish. And that was like, yes, you have to be selfish. Take care of you. You're the only thing that matters. It has to be you and nobody else. Honestly, I really wish courage would go and speak to Andy instead of Dan, because Dan is the worst thing that could ever happen to somebody. Like, if the devil punishes you with a friend like Dan, you don't need an enemy now. You already have both. That's what they call frenemies. You already have both. It's two in one. Buy one, take two. That's what you've had. It's punishment. So Corey was like, yeah, from now on, I'll just take care of my wife. I don't care. I'm not going to any village. And Dan was like, don't go to any village. Abandon them with their corpse. Leave them. Let them stay there with their corpse. Let them bury your mother. Don't go to any village. Nothing will happen. God. Courage himself, something is wrong with his head. Something is wrong with him upstairs. So now the next scene is Munachi's mother talking to her like, Monachi, it's obvious you don't want to listen. You're not listening. I've told you to leave this thing. Move out of Dan's house, out of Ejike's house. Separate yourself from him, because normally you people are doing all things wrong. Like, where have you seen that people go and they do court wedding before the traditional marriage, which is true. Based on our customs and tradition, it is the traditional marriage that goes before any other thing. The traditional marriage goes, the court goes, then the church goes. That's how it works. That's how it is aligned with us. So for you to skip the tradition, you go to the court or the church. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. You have to seek the family, because traditional marriage is more like paying the bride price, seeking the family's consent and all the rest. So it's very important for us that it goes that way. So Monarch's mother was like, already you're doing things the opposite. Who gets married in court before doing the traditional marriage? These people don't even recognize you. They don't accept you as their own. They don't recognize you as their son's wife. Why are you bent on doing this to yourself? So Monachi is like, Mama, I cannot abandon my husband. I cannot abandon Ejike at this point. You taught me to be there for people. You taught me to stand. And her mother was like, who taught you to be what to people? I didn't teach you anything. I did not teach you this one. That you get married in court first before tradition. I didn't teach you that one. This is your doing. So your mother was like, I'm not asking you to abandon your husband, but try to distance yourself based on the fact that everything Ejike is going through, you're going to go through it. It's going to hit you. So me, to my own point of view, right? I understand Monachi's mom. She's been a mother, and she's very correct. Like, Monachi really has to distance herself from Ejike, because Ejike is making matters worse. Ejike is not fixing anything. But with Dan not helping, Dan is not helping at all. So Ejike is messed up. So normally at the moment he cannot really take some good decisions. So normally it will be better for Monachi to really distance herself from him at the moment, but she's not having it. She doesn't want to listen to her mother. And the next thing is her mother with Mazi Arinze. Monachi's mother is trying to convince Mazi Arinze to make Monachi to stay away from his village. She called Mazi Arinze and was praising him, was buttering him up, like telling him stuff like, I respect you and all the rest. So Mazi Arinze was like, based on the respect, Monachi has earned his respect. Like, Monachi has done what his sister's kids couldn't do in years. So she has earned his respect. Anything that has to do with Monachi, eventually he will always show up. That Monachi's mother doesn't have to say anything. So Monachi's mother explained the reason why he was there. Like, she wants him to stop Monachi from coming to the village, because already both of them, they understand customs and tradition. Traditionally Monachi and Ejike are not married. Yeah, legally they are married, but traditionally they are not married. And Mazi Arinze understands that. It's like, yeah, it's true. I understand that perfectly well, but there's nothing I can do about it. I cannot stop Monachi from coming to the village, And if you want to stop Monachi from coming to the village, what about her going to Ejike's house? You cannot stop that. They are married. Monachi is not a toddler, which is true. Monachi is not a toddler that you tell her what to do. Like, you dictate. You cannot dictate on Monachi. She's an adult. She's a married woman, for Christ's sake. So her mother wanted Mazi Arinze to intervene, like to try to see how, based on the fact that she's fighting for her daughter not to get caught in the crossfire, which is her right, which is something that I totally agree with. She's trying to protect Monachi from the calamity that will befall Ejike, because Ejike is a ticking time bomb, like waiting to explode, because this guy doesn't understand the basic physics. This guy doesn't understand that there's you don't cheat nature. You cannot cheat tradition. You don't. So Mazi Arinze promised to talk to Monachi, because he was like, if she was my daughter, eventually I would never want her close to Ejike, because Ejike destroys everything that he comes across. You are right as a mother, but at the same time, Monachi is not a child, that you tell her what not to do or what to do. So, but he will try his best as a father, to talk to her, to advise her. If she accepts, fine. If she doesn't, they will not be able to do anything about it, which is the truth, by the way. You cannot force her to that. She's first of all very stubborn. You cannot force her to do what she does not want to do. So like as we are going to end this video, please tell me what you all think about it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to share. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so that I'll be the first to be notified whenever I post any new video. And for those of you my returning subscribers, my likers, my lovers, I love you guys so super. On this note, I have to say bye guys.